Welcome to the lounge and the ASX report, and starting on the 4-hour chart here, we want to walk through two scenarios, but in a nutshell, we've got wave 3 here and we've got wave 4 down here, and we're looking at this as a simple A wave, B wave and C wave here for wave 4. Now that can change, but that's the pattern that we're following. Now we have 5 waves here, so I expect 5 waves over here. Now we can have those 5 waves coming into play now. If I can just point that out a little bit. In fact, I wouldn't actually need to use these ones here, so I'll just copy those here. So I'll just grab one from here as wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 coming into play here, and then simple wave 5 down into this space here. And you know, I think this is actually the case here. Now once that finishes there, that can be all completed there. Okay, so realistically this is really what we're looking at here as one more leg down here, making a new low here. The thing here is that in terms of shorting this or making this happen, because we'll be looking at other counts, is that the 5-7 here, we want that breached. Basically that will trigger the short, trade. We're already short here, but it will trigger adding to the positions here. Okay, and we can look at that in a little bit more detail later. So now I just want to remove these here for a second, and we need to look at some other counts. And this wave 4 here is pulled back up to its 38.2% retracement level, so it's fine there. You know, it shouldn't move any higher than that. In fact, we don't even need that. Oh, that's okay. Move that. That can stay there. No, yeah, I'll move that too. Okay. So the other scenario here is that I don't think it's the case, but it's something that we need to take on board here. Is that this B wave here is actually not complete, and we get a larger B wave here. So we get an A wave here, a B wave here, where we've got an A wave in here, a B wave in here, and C wave in here, and we move up from that point there. I don't think that's the case when I look at the US and Euro markets. I don't think this is the case, but it's quite possible. And if we do move up here, then this would be a C wave here, and we would need to look for 5 waves up into this space here before we seeing it move back down into this space here. So if the 5-7 here is not, if the market stays above the 5-7, then we'll see the market continue to move up. So it's quite a clear trigger for the 5-7 to trigger the short trade to the downside here. I don't think this is the case, but we just need to be aware that it's there, and you know, and talk about it as such. There's one other thing that I do want to talk about as well. Let me just move these back into play here. It's also possible that this whole A wave down here, now I don't know if this is possible as well, because we never took out the top here, previous high over here. So this wave 3 up here can also be wave C up here for an intermediate wave 2. And then we have a bigger move to the downside. And if we have that bigger move to the downside, then we need to look at this as wave 1 here and wave 2 here. This is something that we don't have to deal with right now, but it's something that we may have to handle later. And in this case here, what we would see here, we would see a smaller degree of action here. So we would see this as wave 1, wave 2 here, wave 3 here, wave 4 here, and wave 5 here, just the same. But then we would need to look at this as wave 1 here, and then back up for wave 2, then wave 3 down here, and wave 4, and wave 5 here for a larger wave 3 here. So I mean, I have to include this in the possibilities, because yeah, we haven't taken the top up, and this whole move all the way up to here from the 5,000 area here is is only in 3 waves. So if we do get some deeper moves in here, we'll have to really consider this. So we'll get to that when we get to that. But as you can imagine, our trade at the moment, if we look at just go into a tick chart here, and we'll just work on what we've got here at the moment. So here I've got it as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for wave B, okay? And then we go up for wave C here. The other count that we've got for this is, as mentioned before, we've got this as wave 1 here. Well, this should be in blue actually, wave 1, wave 2, and this be wave 3 here, and we've got wave 4 here. So I don't think that this wave 4 should be breached again here, but I won't know that again here. So this move up here, that was our target area here. That's the 38.2% retracement level for the move up here. Now, yes, it has gone a little bit higher, but that doesn't concern me too much. Now, this move down, so we can look at this as another A, B and C wave up through to here. It doesn't count quite like that, but it's certainly a corrective wave. And the thing is that this move down through here overlaps excuse me, overlaps this top here. So it makes this quite a sort of bearish pattern. So this move down here counts as 5 waves here, and this move up through here so far counts as an A and a B and a C wave up here. I'll double check that in a moment. So that's why if at any stage the market moves down back through this 5-7 here, then it will create overlapping wave structures within this structure here, and we can look to short. So any short trade, this can also turn into a more impulse wave here, but the fact that this is corrective and this is impulse here, the whole setup here is suggesting that we are going to go down. But this little move here can go higher. We're also looking at maybe another little high in CBA as well before that moves back down. But if I take this from 100 ticks here into, let's investigate it, into 5 ticks here. Let's just have a look at this here. So this is our little rally area here. Let me just get this into perspective here. And this would be our 50 and 60, so we're above the 61.8% retracement level. So that's where we should have sort of come to. So we're close enough in a way here. And I can get 5 waves out of this. I can look at this here. Just bear with me a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think it may give us another one up, but as far as I see it, that's 5 waves to there. This is 5 waves to that point. This is 5 waves to that point. So really this gives us an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to this point here. So, and this is impulsive. So realistically, you could short this under this low here, because this looks like 5 waves down. It might be 5 waves down, then an A and a B and a C wave back up here, but then coming down. So look, the safe trade situation is this one here, the 5-7 here. That would be where we could go from here, the 5-7, because that, anything back under this here would be on the right track. Because if this was going to build here, we could look at this as the 3rd wave in here. And I can see we've got these little 2 here. So it still could play out as, it still could play out as little A up here, unless that's an A and a B and a C here. Yeah, look, if the 5-7 becomes a retested resistance, or it's even just breached in this case, I mean, if it comes down, it's going to bounce back off it, isn't it? But technically, it shouldn't come further back. Let me just double check this one here. This is the, see, this low here. If this is wave 1 and back for wave 2 here, and let's just say that for whatever, this is all of wave 3 here, then wave 4 would only come back to 57.3 here. So we can allow it to go to 7 to be sure, but anything under that, and then we're at the 50% mark here. So this is the shorting zone here. This is where we'll look to add to positions here. If this market had to move up higher for the Friday, then we need to look at it moving up in terms of 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, they wouldn't give you much more. It should only come up one more here, and this is the same with CBA over here as well. Is that just looking at this quickly here? This is where we expect CBA. We've got 5 waves down in CBA here, and we're looking for a B wave back up to this box. I know that it would like to cover this gap here as well. The move up here so far is, I've got it as an A and a B and a C here for the A wave, back for the B wave, and up for the C wave, which has got one more leg in it. But I could count this differently as well, but still, even here, if I look at got 1 and 2 and 3 here and 4 here and 5 here, so it can, it can have one more move up here. So just be mindful of that. So it could open higher and then trade lower from this point here, but yeah, we're expecting that to move down lower. So anyway, there we go. So let's just come back to the 4-hour chart here and sort of rehash this here. So it does appear that this is corrective move up through here. So really any sort of breach of this move here now is the short trade here. That's about the best I can do at this stage here. The other thing here that's a little bit important is that wave 1, wave 3 here, and then wave 5 here. This wave 5 here would be roughly the same length as this move here. Okay, so we're really only coming down to play with this, lower end down here just below we could look at the 5-6 here as extended, but obviously there's going to be a lot of support at this low here, this number here, 5650. So I think using that as a target to wrap it up for the end of the session is a target that we could be looking for. All right, I'll leave it at that. I'll just have a look at just want to have a look at the yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, no, I don't see any strength coming in from anywhere. I'll just have a look at some of the US finance thing. No, the US finance is weak as well. So yeah, no, we should be heading in this direction. 5-7 is the trigger. Cheers.